Welcome back to the Dark Reading News Desk. Terry Sweeney here, contributing editor to Dark Reading, and joining me now is Brendan Rooney with Booz. Brendan, thanks so much for joining us on the Dark Reading News Desk.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Terry. It's an honor.
We are talking about the ways that AI is transforming security management. Brendan, start us off with some thoughts around why security leaders should treat AI systems as a distinct attack surface rather than, say, just an application or a cloud workload.
Yeah, well, regardless of whether it's agentic implementations or generative, effectively what you've done is you've expanded the attack surface in a way that puts detection in the hands of the consumer. And instead of being an application, these are really decision engines within an enterprise environment. And the ability to make decisions either autonomously in the case of various agents that have been implemented in environments, or be in a position where it can generate content, in certain instances harmful content, it changes the calculus of what the risk is actually in that implementation.
It feels like you broaden both the scope and the scale of threats. I mean, by exponents for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very different than, if you think about circumstances in our role specifically in incident response and my role on a daily basis, malware is very binary in enterprise IT environments, right? And systems themselves can be interrogated to determine root cause, data access and exfiltration, some of those things that are kind of core tenets and core principles of forensic investigations and incident response. But in the context of a compromise of AI systems, you're effectively reconstructing trust from the perspective of the organization that has chosen to move forward with some of these tools and some of these solutions in order to improve their own environment. So that's really the circumstance that is most paramount in the context of these incidents that are affecting AI systems directly. And both nation-state adversaries and criminal groups are very directly targeting larger scale AI implementations across the board, candidly.
Makes total sense. Talk about how they're doing that. How are adversaries targeting AI systems?
So it's a variety of different means, model inversion. Primarily, the highest level of frequency is direct and indirect prompt injection attacks. Specifically focused, and this is what we've seen really in the course of the last handful of months, and a significant acceleration of this type of tactic, is soliciting a model through prompt injection in order to exfiltrate sensitive content or sensitive information. Seen it in the healthcare sector, in manufacturing, in media and communications, entertainment settings. It's a variety of different industry verticals that are ultimately affected. But it is a highly effective operation from the perspective of a criminal adversary and various nation-state groups as well.
Sure. Talk about what makes an AI investigation different from, say, traditional enterprise IT, OT, or even cloud incidents.
So I mentioned earlier the reconstruction of trust. And that's really what's the primary emphasis of an investigation affecting AI systems. The decision calculus, though, if you think about it from the executive perspective, what an executive team is primarily going to be concerned with is, what do we do next? Right? What do we do next in terms of our journey in these various AI implementations? What do we do after this incident that's going to put us in a position that we can trust what is being produced back to us? Specifically using a case of a generative implementation or some of these AI chat bots that are more frequently in place in consumer-facing environments. It effectively boils down to three different decisions. Does the model need to be retrained, rebuilt, or retired entirely and then rebuilt from scratch effectively? That's the calculus that's different from incident response in enterprise IT environments, where the questions that come from executives are, is the incident contained? Do we have a regulatory exposure? Do we have some sort of notification obligation to affected individuals? So it's similar questions and similar kind of foundational principles of the investigation, but completely different lens.
It feels like this investigation template for AI is kind of a work in progress, almost like building a car that's screaming down the interstate.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't thought about it in that analogy before, but it's actually incredibly accurate. It's moving very fast. And as fast as we're all moving, to be honest, that's the necessary speed with which we need to operate, right? As incident responders, we're called upon to step in on a moment's notice, and we have to operate at machine speed. That's why we invest in the products that we build and we deploy those in customer environments now, but it's also why it's more paramount now than ever before.
Brendan, how have the primary goals of an investigation involving AI systems shifted from, say, these traditional forensics to what we're talking about now?
Yeah, you live in a world, like I mentioned earlier, where in enterprise IT environments, malware is binary, right? You're looking at user account activity and potentially, kind of using the activity of those individual accounts to paint a picture or a timeline of events that may have led to whatever the outcome might be. It could be an encryption event in a ransomware scenario, it could be exfiltration of intellectual property and sensitive information in the context of more nation-state related activity, or even both. But in this type of circumstance, it's heavily log dependent in terms of incidents affecting AI systems. It depends on how the model itself was reconstructed. And in some ways, you can draw a translation to the earliest days of cloud incident response. I think it's okay to kind of think in terms of that mentality, that where we are right now is very much kind of greenfield opportunities for how we create and prosecute and to be able to answer those types of questions from various executive teams.
Sure. Well, as they say, innovation brings opportunity and risk. Thanks for showing us how AI is affected through that lens. We really appreciate you doing News Desk today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Terry. Really appreciate it. It was fantastic speaking with you.
We've been talking with Brendan Rooney with Booz Allen. This has been Terry Sweeney for the Dark Reading News Desk. Thanks again for joining us for this segment. We'll see you next time.